team, moving him through that arena, and people were going out of their way to shake his hand and meet him. And immediately after the rally, when the arena had already cleared out, he held his own mini rally with the people who he had gathered for that event, because he was known for reaching out to the younger generation and really supporting that ground game for President Trump, for people to get out the vote and get people registered.
Yeah, and as we continue to take a look at the casket being removed here from Air Force 2, being brought back to Arizona from Salt Lake City, Utah, where Charlie Kirk was assassinated yesterday. You know, the thing that a lot of people are talking about is his willingness to go into what were sometimes hostile crowds and to, as you were saying, Javier, earlier, say, debate me. Let's have a debate about the ideas. And he was not afraid to go out there and take on people who had different opinions. Now, he had sometimes very controversial opinions himself. And, you know, many people are vehemently opposed to some of the ideas that he supported and what he did. But, you know, certainly the events of yesterday were horrific all around.
We're going to watch as they remove this casket from Air Force 2, and it's hard to make out where they're headed or how they're going to bring it down. I would imagine some sort of lift. And so this is the first time we're seeing that casket in the body of Charlie Kirk, who was assassinated yesterday, 31 years old, leaves behind a wife, Erica, who is a former Miss Arizona, and 2 young kids.
Yeah, and that's have been one of the most difficult things to see is, you know, the images of the family together, some of the images that we've seen over the last day of one of his young children running up to him as he's being interviewed, and how much he loved and very clearly enjoyed having his family around him.
You were talking about the personal relationship he had formed with Vance. And one of the things that kind of stood out was at one point, remember, Kurt as well as Vance, both kind of personally and politically, they were kind of skeptical about Donald Trump in 2016. And we know how that changed over time, and really Kurt being the driving force for getting President Donald Trump reelected.
Yeah, and Donald Trump Jr. also very active, obviously, on X, and talking about his reaction to all of this, talking a bit about his friend again, saying he wasn't just a friend.